For pictures of a dusk or dawn scene, I recommend using the program mode. You'll want to make sure the flash is turned off. You'll want to set the appropriate ISO. As always, you'll want to set the appropriate white balance as well. And if you're using a tripod, you'll need to set the timer function. Let's begin by setting the camera's program mode. Turn the mode dial to P. Like the auto mode, the program mode sets the exposure for you. However, it gives you control over things like ISO and white balance. Because there may not be a whole lot of light in your scene, you want to make sure the flash is forced off so it doesn't accidentally fire. Press the flash button, or the right navigation button right here, and go down to Forced Flash Off. Then press Set. You also want to make sure the ISO is not set to auto. Press the Quick Menu button right here to access the Quick Menu. Use the left and right navigation buttons to choose the option you want. I'll move to the left to choose the ISO option. Now I want to go down to choose ISO 80. The reason I want to choose ISO 80 is because in this scene, I want to maintain the smoothest colors possible for the sky. Auto ISO may automatically set a higher ISO setting because there isn't a whole lot of light in the scene. Before you escape the Quick Menu, move to the left to choose the proper white balance. Go down to choose daylight for the most accurate colors in the sky. However, if you want to warm up the tones a bit, choose cloudy, and if you want to warm up the tones even more, choose shade. I'll go ahead and choose shade and then press set. Now you'll need to test the shutter speed to see if you need to set the camera down on something steady or preferably use a tripod. Go ahead and press the shutter button halfway with the image composed the way you want it in the screen. We're not looking to lock focus, we're just interested in the shutter speed right down here. The camera displays the shutter speed, and as you can see, mine is currently set to 1/15 of a second. I certainly don't want a slower shutter speed than that if I'm going to handhold the camera. If your shutter speed is slower than 1/15 of a second in your scene, I recommend setting the timer function and placing the camera down on something steady or preferably on a tripod. To set the timer function, press the left navigation button right here. Now go down to select the 2-second timer, then press set. The 2-second timer is great for scenes such as this when I don't care to get myself in the picture. All I want to do is press the shutter button to activate the 2-second timer. Then, immediately release the camera to give it those 2 seconds to stop shaking before the picture is captured. Now with the flash forced off, my ISO and white balance properly set, and my timer function set, I can go ahead and take my picture. Place the focusing brackets over the subject, in this case, something in the distance with as much contrast as possible, probably the horizon. Press the shutter button halfway to lock focus. Then, recompose the image the way you want it in the screen. Once the image is properly composed, press the shutter button the rest of the way to activate the 2-second timer. Again, immediately and gently release the camera, giving it those 2 seconds to stop shaking before the picture is captured.